Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where today we are back with the bottom 10 tech tree tanks in Cold War. This is number 8 and oh boy, I am so sad to see this thing here. Type 89, what did you do? What did you do to anyone? You haven't done anything to anybody. You're innocent. Ah, poor Type 89. Oh dear. Number 8 on the list. Here we go. I say all that, but I think there are two reasons why this tank is here. We're 80% of the way through the list now, and I think it's fair to call it. The Chinese tanks are featuring quite heavily, or they have featured quite heavily, and this is a Chinese tank destroyer. So I guess it just comes with the territory of, well, it's in that nation's tech tree, and if no one's playing it, then no one's going to earn it. And if you haven't earned it, you can't play it. The other thing is, if you talk about Era 3 tank destroyers, you will probably talk about that thing driving past, or you'll talk about the Object 477, or you'll talk about the Jaguar 1. Those are the go-tos for Era 3. Could probably guarantee that almost nobody will go, oh yeah, Type 89. Type 89, what's that? Well, if you're someone that's like, oh, Type 89, what is that? I don't blame you. This thing does not get the love it deserves. This tank, in my opinion, is very, very good. Doesn't have very much armor, but it is quick. It's got good concealment, and the gun hits. No, the gun doesn't hit very hard. The gun is average, but the DPM is superb. This really is just a traditional tank destroyer. It doesn't have any fancy bells and whistles on it. It doesn't have ATGMs, doesn't have amazing frontal armor, doesn't have an auto cannon, doesn't have stupendously good concealment. None of that. This is a traditional World of Tanks tank destroyer. It's bare bones. This is as simple and as plain as tank destroyers get. And I didn't notice that ATGM coming at me. In the replay I saw it. I saw the flash. But anyway, yes, the Type 89 is not fancy in any way whatsoever. But what it does have going for it is the DPM. With the right crew and equipment, you can get the DPM up to 6,138. That's pretty good. And that's one of the reasons why I like this tank, because the reload is very quick. I can't remember exactly how quick the reload is. I think I peeked the ridge here, put a shot out on the 292. There we go. Oh, nice. Set them on fire. Bang in. What's the reload? 5.3 seconds. I think the EE is at 4.7 seconds or something like that. So this is only half a second slower than, I want to say, one of the fastest reloading tanks in Era 3. Don't know if that's true. If I'm wrong about that, correct me, but it certainly feels that way. The Type 89's gun is very good. It's really, really good. And I like this tank so much that I've 2-marked it. And I'm hoping to 3-mark it soon. So there you go. Type 89 doesn't... Oh, poor Type 89. It needs love, doesn't it? It does. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. If you're not playing the Chinese line, at least go get the Type 89. This is a good tank. Come on. Come on, people. Go get the Type 89. The statistics for this thing are also, they're not amazing. I mean, there are tank destroyers out there with, 900 pen and stuff like that. The Type 89 doesn't have anything like that. Standard rounds have got 590 pen, gold is 643, both of which would do an average of 550. So this is just a run-of-the-mill standard tank destroyer. But that doesn't mean it's bad. It really doesn't mean it's bad at all. This is it's maneuverable, as you can see here. It can relocate, it can move, it can shift. This is, in my opinion, a really good tank destroyer. And I think it's also got a special place in my heart because it gets slapped again. For a time, this was the only tank destroyer in the whole of Era 3. Back in late 2022, when the game had far less tanks than it does now, This thing was the only tank destroyer in Era 3, and if you wanted to play it, you sometimes sat in queues of a minute, more than a minute, just to find a game because so few people were playing it. There we go, taken out by the more famous Era 3 tank destroyer. But there you go, guys. Number 8 on the list, the Type 89. It's a tank that I don't think deserves to be there. I think the Type 89 is a brilliant tank destroyer in Era 3. And if you want the traditional game experience, tank destroyer game experience in Era 3, go get the Type 89. It really is very good. Alright guys, that's all I've got for this one. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, if not a dislike. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.